century plant all dug out, hopefully got rid of. But Roger has really worked hard. So far, we're going to have a lot of fruit, unless a cold freeze or a hard wind breaks them off.
Right.
But we've got everything cleared out, ready to plant most of everything. Inside garden is all ready. All we have to do is make the rows now. It's ready to make the moats, so the water from each one will go around and water and make the moats.
Yeah, you need to come jump in there.
So in here, my strawberries I put the steer manure on them. Man, they're already blooming. And I'm going to have a lot of good strawberries this year.
Are you going to can this year?
I'm going to freeze.
If I bought the stuff to can and I canned it, would you let me do it?
Oh, you can have all of it, yeah.
Oh, then by God.
The fruit, yeah. And back here, we're going to have broccoli, cauliflower, and
trying to get your arm in there.
And those little cabbages, what's it called?
Brussels sprouts.
So in these back here in this space here. This I'm going to have lettuce, spinach, and
kale or
turnips.
Turnips.
And spinach.
That's interesting.
Kale, I got one big one out in the other garden, so that's all I'm going to have.
Well, I saw a guy last night. I saw his videos. He had what's called a hugel garden.
And what is that?
I don't know. He said he buried a big piece of wood, and then he planted all his medicinal spices and stuff and herbs on top of the big mounds. And they called a hugel garden or something. I'm gonna look at that. It looked interesting. Right, there was these big berms and ditches and real natural looking, really looked good.
I have no idea. You come out and do your narrating.
Yeah, do your fruit trees.
Come out and do your narrating. Tell me what the white paint is for and all that stuff.
Nice garden path here. Roses. Oh, look. Huh. I'm always hustling.
Fruit trees.
Fruit trees. So here off we go with my brother again. Well, I'd love to come down here and, this and that, but... Right, you're right. Wind in the pond. I should take my finger off there. Hear the wind in the pond. Okay, what do we got here? This is a pear tree, right?
It's a plum tree.
Right.
A couple of hundred of them off that baby.
Huh.
You have to keep them trimmed down and stuff and keep it to a dull roll.
Right.
This is a pear tree. Pear trees look really good out here in the desert. I don't know why people don't grow more pear trees, because these grow really good out here in the desert.
Well, we'll be darned.
It's just starting to blossom now. We'll have a bunch of them pretty soon.
Really, and I hope this wind don't knock,
Yeah.
These pine trees really are doing a good job of keeping it down.
Yeah.
See the pine trees.
Good wind blowing.
Wow, those are fabulous.
This is a nectarine tree.
A what?
Nectarine. Everybody likes nectarines, man.
All right.
You see all the blossoms on them and have fruit on them.
Can you can these kinds of things?
Yeah, you make jellies out of them.
Oh.
You make jellies out of them, and you can it. Just like Grandma used to do.
Right.
And when they're canned, it could last you, 15, 20 years or more.
Right.
As long as you keep it on spot. This is a green apple tree.
Like a pie apple?
Yeah.
Huh.
these will bloom late because they're a late harvest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, these are like early harvests on these here. And as you can see, this is a apricot tree. And if you look really close in here, you can see all the apricots that I have growing. Now, if you look around the tree, you can probably count probably a couple of hundred of them. You can see them all growing in here. Those are all apricots.
Right.
And they're yummy too because you can eat these right off the tree.
Well, I hate to do this to the apricots, but they're bad luck. An old tanker's tale in the Army. They wouldn't even have the apricot can jam on the track. They'd instantly throw them. Right? Like what?
Like a superstition.
I was, you know, them tankers, you know.
Apricot superstition.
Yeah.
Yeah, something must have happened there or something.
Right. Back in World War I, maybe.
Yeah. My little peach trees here. Both of these are peach.
This here stumpy looking thing?
Yeah. These little ones are
Oh, I see.
little trees.
Uh-huh.
See, I'll have all kinds of peaches on this little tree. And so I had to, I had to wire it up like this because the peaches get heavy on these little branches,
Right.
They stick out and stuff like this.
Well, I'll be darned.
You can almost count how many peaches you're going to have by where you look where the blossoms are.
So one blossom, one fruit, or does it go all year?
Yeah, one blossom, one fruit.
Okay.
Like you can just see them growing in here. You see right in there. See, that's a peach, that's a peach. Where all these little things are sticking out.
Right.
Those are going to be peaches.
Oh, the little like pistils or whatever.
Yeah, those are all going to be peaches.
Huh. Well,
This one I just started growing last year.
I'd really love to get it, get up all in this.
Yeah,
I live in Beatty and blah, blah.
You see bigger ones of these. We have the big peach tree over here. See, that's another plum.
Right.
You have to start a young one because that one over there is getting old.
Oh, I see. What is the life expectancy, a fruit life expectancy of a...
About 5 years, 8 years.
Right.
This is another peach tree.
Oh, look at the peachy fuzzies.
You can see
Right.
all the peaches that are going to grow in here.
Ha ha ha.
That's what they look like when they're first popping out.
First popping out. That is the coolest.
Yeah.
I don't see any on the ground either, so you're lucky. Oh, a few.
These all bloom before the winter season.
Right.
What they do is they bloom, and the blossoms will harden.
Yeah.
On here. Once they harden, before the wind comes up, well then you'll have fruit.
Oh.
But if they're just all blossoms and the wind comes up and blows them off, then you won't get any fruit.
Oh, that...
And this over here, there's a red apple tree.
Ah, cool. I love apples.
This will bloom late. Here by next month, I'll have blooms on these trees here. And this is a cherry tree. Everybody likes cherries.
Right. Even the birds. That's why the owl's in it, right?
This one here, you can see it's just starting to come out. I'll have blossoms on these here in another couple of weeks.
Past the windy season too.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's another apricot tree.
Right.
Even if they're little, even if you get a little apple or apricot tree, it'll bear fruit.
First year?
First year.
Hey now.
Because these are prolific little trees, these apricot trees here. It's just like this one here. As little as it is, we still got almost 200 apricots out last year.
So what's the nutritional value of an apricot as opposed to peaches and stuff? About the same?
It's about the same thing.
Okay.
Or as amino acids and stuff like that.
Right.
But as you can see, as little as this is, how many apricots are coming out on this little tree.
And this is a one bloom, one fruit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an almond tree over there.
Oh man, dude.
Which almonds, grow really good out here in the desert.
Yes, they do.
As you can see on the ends here, you can see you've got all kinds of almonds already growing.
Wow.
And it doesn't even have the big leaf output yet, because these leaves will get a lot bigger than this. And I've already got almonds growing on all the sprouts.
Right. Explain to me this tree way down here, because this here desert, this is a natural indigenous tree, as opposed to these pines. Right.
It's a mesquite tree.
The mesquite tree. There's Mom doing her thing.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Now I hear these are real handy and good to have around. Mesquite trees. We're trying to.
Well, that's mistletoe up there.
That green stuff?
Yep. And it's sucking the energy out of the whole tree.
Really?
Yep.
It's kind of like a mesquite tree.
Parasite, yeah.
Yep.
Man, and it's just overtaking this thing.
Birds like good nests.
Yeah, look at these little white berries. Do they turn colors or?
No, birds love them.
Ground birds or flying birds? What?
Flying birds.
Right, like the quail wouldn't come up and get this, right?
No.
There's doves in there.
Yeah, there's doves in there and all kinds of strange birds in there.
Well, then that would be a plus.
Yeah, and birds
There's,
everywhere.
Well, this tree doesn't look too god awfully bad, but you know, still,
Yeah, it's a pretty big tree.
too much is too much, you know. There's a sparrow in there.
See up there.
Right,
See a bird's nest up there.
got it. And they can just reach out of their nest and peck fruit.
There's a bird nest from last year. Not to be
They'll nest up in a tree?
out of the tree, yeah. Wind blew it out.
Right.
Wind blew it out. It wasn't secured very good.
Well, we've got some good multiplying onions. You can take a bunch home with you. You need onions.
Oh, man, I just bought a bag. That irritates me.
See? Also, you got a little place
Huh?
at your house. You just set them out one at a time like that,
Right.
and there'll be big bunches like that. You just go dig, take half of it off at a time.
Right, I
Okay?
got you. When you
Cover
need
it
it.
up, and then they grow more. So, but we're going to have a lot of artichoke.
Uh-huh.
See, there's about 5 or 6 mama plants
I got you.
that's going to put out the big artichoke.
Little desert
So that'll
scenario
be-
there.
Yeah, that'll be like one meal for George and whoever
Right.
comes to. I don't have a taste for them, sorta. It's
Uh-huh.
like eating butter.
What is?
No, huh? The artichoke.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
sort of like eating. You wipe it in the butter, and taste it, and then it's like avocado, mushy tasting
Butter.
butter.
Just gives you an excuse to eat butter, essentially,
I guess so. 'cause
instead of
George-
just chewing on the stick.
Yeah, and then you throw the leaf away. So,
Gotta get a close up of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that plant is like, it's artichoke, it's a vegetable, or they call it fruit.
Right.
But I think it's as good as an ornamental plant.
Right.
well, it is. It's
That's what that weirdo thing is right there.
Yeah, listen there.
What?
That big old bundle plant.
Yeah,
That's artichoke.
gotta get a
I
close
don't know that. I've never seen them before. I think I've had
that right?
artichoke once.
Oh, in your life?
My
you
whole
taste
life,
it?
yeah. Didn't seem worth the trouble, you know. And we ate mayonnaise on it.
Well, mayonnaise or butter. George eats butter.
Gotta get a close up of that. Man.
You wanna
It is
Yeah, let's go have a look at that. Let me go ahead and I'm going to sign off and start a new vid.